everybody. Today we have several chores to do, and one of them is something new that we've never done before here in our New Mexico garden, in our New Mexico high desert garden. We are going to grow some corn. So we're going to plant some corn seed. I've never done it before, but I have drip irrigation in place and I think it's going to work. And then we've got some other chores to do beyond that. There's my row of sweet corn, and I have planted on each side of the drip line where each of those drips are in place, and the corn is behind the green beans. Those are companion plants, so I'm hoping all will do well. Now I'm saving this side of my trellis system here for tomatoes, because I am going to plant some tomatoes. Not as many as I did last year, obviously. I filled this entire stretch with tomatoes last year and I canned quite a bit. But this year I just wanted to try something new, and I like to rotate the crops a bit. So we'll do some tomatoes. I'm growing some plants in the garage and they are getting acclimated to the outdoors right now. And so I will be able to get those planted probably early next week. Now I'm just going to water them with my watering can. And I've already watered the garden this morning, but I'm going to do this so I can give them a really good soaking to start with. That's what I always do. When I plant something, I get a really good soaking. Okay, let's move on to our next chore. Oh, but before we go over there to our next chore, I want to show you this climbing rose. Let me back up here, just so I can show you how much it has grown over the top of the trellis. And I have trimmed this. This is an old rose. These are two old roses, but I trim them sometimes far back just to get them fuller, and they grow quickly. So this is what it looks like. And I love the view from this angle with the mountain in the background. But what I want to show you is how many buds are on it. See all these buds, and yes, there are aphids on them. They had gone away after we had the cold snap, but they're back. I don't worry about them. You can just squish them and pick them off. I don't worry about them. Nature will take care of that. But it is covered in buds. There's one that's already starting to open up. There's another one starting to open up. But I just want you to see how many buds are on this, so you can imagine how beautiful it's going to be in a week or so. And I will definitely show you what it looks like at that point in time. This side, same thing. There's lots of buds. Lots of buds everywhere. now on to our next chore. While we're out here, I want to show you my flower garden. But one thing in particular, I think I've shown you this garden a lot. I just want to show you this tulip that's blooming. Now, I did not plant that tulip knowingly. Several years ago, I dug up a bunch of daffodils from my mom's garden and I brought them here. And I had some in there that the bulbs were a lot bigger, and I think this is one of them. But the odd thing is, it's never flowered before. This is the first year it's ever flowered. And this has been in the ground for maybe 3 years. So don't give up on things. And of course my alliums are blooming really pretty. Just wanted to show you that tulip. As I walk past my rosemary, I can hear the hum of the bees. They're loving all the flowers. All right, on to the fruit trees. Oh, and there's some roses that are blooming. Now, usually this time of year it's still a little cool, not cold, but it's cooler than it is. And although these are still a deeper purple, let's see, the temperatures change the color of these. These are the ebb tide roses. There's probably a good representation of the color. And it gets brighter as the temperatures get hotter. But it's about to fully bloom out. Ooh, oh, here's some beautiful ones. If I can get, there you go. And the smell of these are just absolutely wonderful. Let me just show you. Colors. I love the color of this one. There's a beautiful one. And these are Floribunda roses. I love these. It's actually, well, the favorite one I've ever grown. I know there's a lot of colors I have never grown, but anyway. Okay, so here we are to our next chore. Can you guess what it is? The chore is to cut off these little water sprouts at the bottom of our Fuji apple tree. So I'm just gonna, this is pretty easy, but I'm gonna have to do this for a while. It keeps doing this, but it slows down a bit. And I just trim them to the ground. It's impossible without probably using chemicals, and I don't want to use chemicals, but it's impossible to eradicate this from happening. So I just come in here and trim them. I kind of let those get a little bit bigger than I typically do, but that's it. That's all I'm trying to do. I don't want it to put its energy into creating these little water sprouts, having them grow. I wanted to put it into producing fruit. Same thing on the pear tree, and again, I've let these grow a lot bigger than I've ever let them grow. But you can see their pears already growing. They're already doing good. This tree has always been amazing. It is so easy. I never have a problem with pests, no worms. It just grows so beautifully and produces a lot of fruit. And it's a red Bartlett pear, in case you're wondering. So here we go with these sprouts. And some of you may be wondering, can you take some of these and propagate a new tree? I don't know the answer to that, but if I needed another tree, which I do not, this one produces enough for us, but if I did, I would try it. Because look at these. I mean, these are some pretty good looking cuttings, so you probably could. If any of you have done that, let me know. Leave us a comment, let us know. Some people might want to try it, and your experience could help them. But I do recommend this tree highly. I don't have anything to trim on this little guy. And if you're new to my channel, you probably don't know the story about this, but we had bought a Granny Smith apple tree years ago, and this is what we planted. And of course, it was grafted, and we have very strong winds here. And one, I think it was actually early summer, we had some strong winds, and it just snapped the graft. But I love trees. Even though I wanted a Granny Smith, I decided, let's keep it. Let's let it grow. I don't know what kind of tree it is because I don't know what they grafted it to. So we'll just see. It looks like a fruit tree. It may be some kind of apple tree. I don't know. It may be the same thing that we have on the other side, a Fuji. But we're just going to let it grow. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.